Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Radha Girdhari Bhagwan ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki Jai. Shri Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. Shri Radha Shamasundar ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Bhutale Srimati Mahavishnu Goswamiti Namine. Namo Vishwada Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Govamani Kushaina Nivishesha Sundari Pashatri Sarine. So Hare Krishna. How's everybody doing today? I want to see all everyone's faces, please. Show me your faces. I'm very attached to all these things, okay? I've got OCD as well. I do things in a particular way. That's not OCD. OCD is about, because many people who are very elevated, they like to have things done in a particular way, this is how they operate when there are too many things to be done. Okay. Right. So how are things progressing? How's everybody at home? All right? Just I can't see you. I'm doing few things in the meantime. So if you need to say yes or no, don't raise your hands. I won't be able to see you. Everyone is doing all right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Very good. Very good. Wow. Okay. Great stuff. 1 second. All right. So now, from last week, what we discussed, I would also like to, I think, continue with our discussions on the concepts of Bhagavad Gita. And we have covered very significant portion of things, about from the science of self-realization. And I would like to continue a bit more on this. Because unless we have got concepts very clear, we are really going to struggle. We're going to struggle very hard. Do you think you all are, those of you who are been with us for some time now, are you learning from the Science of Self-Realization programs? What do you think? Oops, something happened. Sorry, something happened. I was locked out from my computer. Okay. All right. Sorry. So I wanted to hear this, please. Do you think you've covered, you're learning each time, or do you think you're not learning each time? New things.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think it's a really good learning experience every time. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. Wonderful. I'd like to hear from one more person before we move to the next point.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, I am definitely learning each time. Like today, this class was really enriching. Wow, thank
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I was mainly referring to the current class now, which is the beginner's workshop. Okay. So I think we've got a new guest here today. Hare Krishna. Is it Shaurya Bhale? Is it invited from by Shiru? Did you invite them?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Last attempt also I have attended.
From Pune.
Yes.
Yes, by Namrata Patil. She is your friend. She sent you. She asked you to come.
Yes.
Very nice. Good to see you.
And today I'm interesting for the self-realization topic is again very interesting for me. So.
Okay. Good to hear. Good to hear. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, my name is Rupali Bhale. Shwari is my son.
Okay.
Okay. So it's updated the Zoom channel for me with Shaurya Bhale. So that's why it's reflected.
Jai. Very nice. Very nice. There he is. Is he?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Shaurya. Kase ahat tumi? Bhare ahat na? Very good. Fine. All right. So now I'm just trying to catch up some kind of our concepts of Bhagavad Gita, because I want to make sure that we talk on some discussion, on a sort of discussion, which I've not done before. So just give me a minute or so, and you can have this. 1 second, please. Science of self-realization. Right. Truth and beauty, art of dying, saints and swindlers. Krishna. Okay. Right. So yoga, the word yoga is a Sanskrit word. Yoga means to connect. Yeah, you know this point. Right? So connect what? What is to connect? What is to connect? For a beginner's program, please. What is to connect? Yoga means to connect. Right. But connect what?
To connect ourselves with divine.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mukunda. Can we be a bit more specific, please? Ourselves meaning what? And divine meaning what?
Means to connect with Krishna.
Yes.
Means to connect our broken relationship with Krishna.
Yes, reviving of our connection. There is Krishna consciousness. Right? But yoga
Okay.
meaning what? You are absolutely right in this. We have to define this very clearly.
There are different kinds of yoga like karma yoga,
Yes,
jnana yoga.
that's right. But bhakti yoga that's correct. Connecting with Krishna. That's right. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Can we define this a bit more?
Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I think that it's connecting our thought process, our consciousness, our desires with the desires and consciousness of Krishna. Like dovetailing our consciousness to Krishna's thinking. I think that is yoga.
Yes, okay. Thank you. Okay, all these other people are not showing their faces. Let me hear that. Priyanka, what about you? Can you give an answer, please? Okay. Kanchan, what about you? Are you at work? Okay. Right. Soumya. Yes, what do you think?
Yes, Prabhuji, I think yoga is connecting to Krishna, like trying to connect ourselves to Krishna.
Okay. All right. That is there is a summum bonum of everything. That is correct. That's correct. Okay. Kanchan is saying she's at work. That's okay. No problem. Thank you very much for joining us. From work also. That's great. Right. Suchi, what about you?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The word yoga means union, right?
Yeah, to connect, union. That's right.
So bhakti yoga means to connect with God, right? As Hukum Prabhuji told us. Or
Yes. Yes. So, whenever I would teach these concepts of Bhagavad Gita to people who are not Indian background and who are not religious people and who never wanted to become religious, but they came across to me in the form of meditation and all that, So I would tell them that it is a process of connecting individual consciousness with supreme consciousness. Now it is absolutely right. Now, super soul or Paramatma is also called super consciousness. Now, like Parth had mentioned, we are connecting our consciousness, our own self, what you feel conscious with supreme. So, what is the meaning of super consciousness? What do you understand by this? It should be fairly straightforward now for many of you. So, what is super consciousness? Yes, Krishna. That's right. That's correct. Samam Monam is Krishna only. But what is super consciousness? By definition, Krishna is a personality. He's got so many energies. He has so many attributes. So one of the attributes is super conscious. So what is super consciousness meaning?
Individual consciousness is that exists within us only, and super consciousness is that which exists in everyone else. Like super soul exists in everyone. So like that consciousness that pervades the entire universe.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Very nice. So individually we are conscious. I'm conscious. You are conscious. Everyone is conscious. Everyone is conscious. And Krishna is existing in every living being and non-living being also. That is why he is called super conscious. And that is the meaning of Paramatma, super soul. The soul and super soul, Atma and Paramatma, they exist everywhere. Simple. Don't complicate things. If you listen to a Mayavad philosopher on YouTube or wherever, they'll give you such a big bhashan on this, where you listen, very nice, very nice, very nice, but nothing has come out. End of it, you're also clueless and he's also clueless. Yeah, but this is by definition. So let us discuss. We have discussed this in the past, also this particular point. But I would like to repeat this again because we learn things so many ways, in so many different ways. Each of us understand and go a bit deeper on the subject matter. So one more text message is there from to connect with. Okay, Kanchan has written that to connect with our true nature, to our deepest self, and to our connect with the supreme power. It is nice, but if you define it clearly, it's our own consciousness. We are individually conscious, and Krishna is super conscious because he's existing in all living entities. So, like we enjoy, for example, in our body, we enjoy eating whatever you want to eat. What do you like to eat, or you enjoy something we enjoy. We enjoy eating rasgulla, or we enjoy watching a movie, or we have a girlfriend or a boyfriend we enjoy. But imagine if somebody who is situated in every living beings, and he also enjoys what you are enjoying. Look at the capacity of enjoyment. Our capacity of enjoyment is even in our own body. When we are very happy, we can't sleep. Have you noticed? Have somebody noticed this? When you're very happy, we can't sleep. Especially those who are I love you, you love me business. When this very new I love you, you love me, they won't sleep, they won't eat. It lasts only for some time, but it lasts for some time. Yeah. After that, very soon it goes over. I love you, you love me business. And then, so we cannot even express and experience our own self. It's too much for us to take, Now imagine this, if you add somebody else's also enjoyment, it will be blasted out, Boom. But Krishna is enjoying and he wants to enjoy through all other living entities. That is why he comes as super soul. And because his enjoyment is supreme. But the problem is this, he will not enjoy when we are enjoying without him. But when we are enjoying with him, when we are, as Srila Prabhu had mentioned, when we are anxious to serve him in the previous class. So when the anxiety is there to serve Krishna, then he enjoys. And all of us, he enjoys even more. That's why in one of the tantras, Krishna says that I am not found. He tells Narad Muni, his pure devotee, that you will not find me in temples, you will not find me in the heart of a yoga person practitioner, you won't find me anywhere place, but you will find me where my devotees sing my glories in association with one another. So at least within our own self, our own programs here, we should not have any artificial one-upmanship, Outside these programs, outside the shelter of Hare Krishna weekend, one-upmanship is everywhere. Even among devotees also we have one-upmanship. I am no better than you, I am better than this, no problem. But in the spiritual world, there is no one-upmanship. There is one downship, as I always mention. Srila Prabhupada always says this. What is the downship meaning? You are better than me, so you must do the service, not me. I'm not qualified. No, I'm okay. You must do. No, you must do. No, you must do. In India also there is a saying, among Muslims, Lucknowi Nawab, pehle aap mein gaadi chhut jayegi. So first you go. Actually, it happened. I'll tell you my personal experience. Then we come to this point. I have a lot of experience in my life. Don't ask me how. I'm not that old, but I don't know. So what had happened was, before I came to New Zealand, I'd come here permanently. I'd come here for about 7 days, 8 days. So you guys use internet for your own sense gratification. I also use for my own things, but I also use it for something better. So I made friends through internet in New Zealand. So I made them first. At the time there was no Facebook or all those things. There was something called ICQ. You won't even know. It was before your birth. No, you would have born, but you were toddlers then. You're small puppies. All the youngsters would have been puppies by then. It's called ICQ. Very famous. Very famous. So I made friendship and I met them. There was a Swiss couple up in the north, so I met them. So what happened was I came for about 7-8 days, and I saw at the time, now this has become very busy. At the time it was not that busy, 20 years ago. It was okay, it was good. You had time when you are crossing the road, you thank people when they wait and you walk away, when you go and you allow people to cross over, you say thank you, they say thank you, you say good day, very beautiful day, not all those things. You have time for all those things. Nowadays it's gone. So I like it very much. So when I came back to India, after I came back for about 2-3 months, and I brought my family back to New Zealand. So I had to give a presentation in Malaysia, and I came to New Zealand. This is how it was. So 10 days and went back. So what happened was, I saw that everything was easy, no rush. People would wait in the queue, in the car also. They would allow other people to go, and then they would go. Time for everyone, So I liked it very much. This is what I wanted, So I went back to India, and I was driving my car in Mumbai, as I normally do. So there was a big traffic jam. I remember this. It was in Andheri East, big bumper traffic going like this. And I had to cut from there, There was nobody behind me. I was alone there in my car. So I saw traffic was there, so I waited. I kept my distance from that traffic. I waited there. And I was waiting peacefully, no problem. And the auto drivers and taxi drivers were going, coming. The bumper to bumper, nothing happening. So a few minutes passed, not a few minutes passed. And one auto fellow, I was far away, okay, I kept on distance from there. One auto fellow came out from his auto. Seriously, this is what happened. He came out from the auto and he shouted at me, Abe, and gave me something. I didn't say, what are you doing? You're waiting there whole day, you will sit there. Come and cut us now. Break through our line and go from here. You are such a fool, you know. Seriously. Then I said, oh, well, that's what it is. So I then moved ahead and then he allowed me to pass and I passed away. So this is how we are so tuned to material things, you know, and we like something, we accept it and we continue with it, you know. So the capacity to enjoy in Krishna is unlimited. Our capacity to enjoy is limited. We can perceive only so much. We can't perceive everything. So with that in mind, let us come to our discussion of superconsciousness. Who would like to volunteer to read, please? We need a volunteer to read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Parth, we'll have to read. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll screen share now. There you see. Can you see everyone? We are doing a chapter, practicing yoga in the modern age. And we're talking about super consciousness. Right. Okay, let's start.
Super consciousness. The goals of modern day Western yoga enthusiasts are dwarfed by the achievements of India's ancient yogis, who, according to historical accounts, could become smaller than atoms and lighter than air, and who could travel unaided anywhere in the universe. Yet, even these super achievements, says Srila Prabhupada, are only a step forward. How the true pinnacle of human consciousness, super consciousness, is obtainable here and now is disclosed by Srila Prabhupada in the following talk given in 1967.
67, right? Now, I'll tell you one thing here. Travel, they can become smaller than the atoms, right? Lighter than the air. Who could travel unaided anywhere in the universe. Now, don't think this is some kind of a humbug thing, or you don't know. I can tell you, you will not believe this. I have read, okay, in the Times of India, front page article, when they first spoke about going to Mars, first time, that scientists are planning to go to Mars. The front page article in Times of India was about a yogi who had gone to Mars as sterile. I could not believe it. I said, what are these guys doing? Even if it is true, they should be politically incorrect statement. This is a big front page article going from front page and falling into page number 7. In all this, they mentioned continued page number 7 or page number 10. And big article. He spoke about how one can use the moon rays and travel into space, ethereal, in subtle body. Far out. So, till very recent past, because I'm not that old, I'm not dead and buried as yet, or burnt out, not yet. Till recent past in India, in the mainstream media, this was existing. This article had come. And they're talking about, yes, the modern scientists are talking about going to Mars with spaceships and all that, but Indian yogi has already gone to Mars. This was a headline. Front page headline. With big front half page photograph, a big column headlines, and editorial. All right, let's go. If I had noted down the date, then we could have searched it in the archive, Sorry, somebody was saying something, so I couldn't see. I think somebody just spoke, or no? Okay, all right, let's start. Okay, there you go.
Krishna consciousness is the highest yoga performance by trained devotional yogis. The yoga system, as is stated in the standard yoga practice formula given by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita and as recommended in the Patanjali Yoga discipline, is different from the nowadays practiced Hatha Yoga as is generally understood in the Western countries. Real yoga practice means to control the senses and, after such control is established, to concentrate the mind on the Narayan form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Lord Krishna is the original absolute personality, the Godhead, and all the other Vishnu forms with 4 hands decorated with conch, lotus, club, and wheel are plenary expansions of Krishna.
Okay, 1 second. So, what do you understand by this? Repeat this again.
Lord Krishna is the absolute, Lord Krishna is the original absolute personality, the Godhead, and all the other Vishnu forms with 4 hands decorated with conch, lotus, club, and wheel are plenary expansions of Krishna.
Right. So, what do you mean by this? What do you understand by this? What is the meaning of plenary expansion? First, let us stop with that. What is the meaning of plenary expansion? Last time when we went through this, I'd never asked this question to you because we were not ready then. So now I'm asking you, what is the meaning of plenary expansion? Anyone? If you don't know, just say I don't know. It's not an easy point. Okay, but if you know, that's great. Please tell me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Plenary expansion, I think, Prabhu, meaning that they have full potency of Lord Krishna, absolute full potency of Lord Krishna.
But
not qualified.
Sorry?
Plenary means not qualified.
Not qualified. In a way, what it means is this, that you may be 100% potent, okay, but the same 100% potency existing even when you're 70%. Yeah, that's called plenary. That's why Vishnu Tattva, God element, God potency, means not Jiva Tattva, not living being. There is a difference. But even amongst them, there are different categories. Don't get too involved right now on this. It's good to just hear and live it. If you go to jump onto Google and search for it as per your own peril, then you'll be drowned because you're not qualified at the moment. I'm not qualified, you're not qualified. I'm not saying that way. I'm just saying that it'll come to you in study. So that means what? Plenary portion of plenary portion, part portion of plenary portion of Krishna. These are all Vishnu Tattvas, God element. They all are. But Krishna is 100%, others may not be 100%. They may be 80, 70, 90, 95. Okay, it doesn't go less than 89 though. But anyway, this is how it is. And then there are those who are Shaktavesh Avatar also, who are not God element, who are not Vishnu Tattvas, but they are specially empowered souls. Like we've got Prophet Muhammad, Lord Jesus Christ, they are called Shaktiya Avesha Avatar. Means they are not God, but they have been specially empowered souls. So they can act on behalf or as God with a certain particular mission, objective in mind. So they are for a particular objective and they come out of it. But Krishna is the fountainhead of all and everyone. From him starts everything. So the Vishnus, there are not one Vishnu, there are many. Basically, there are categories of Vishnu which are mainly 3. First is the Karanodakshaya Vishnu or Mahavishnu. Second is that of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And third is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, whom we or general people understand as Vishnu. There is the Paramatma or super soul in every living entity, and from him comes various incarnations of Krishna, except some of them, like Krishna, Balaram, all that. They don't. They are Krishna himself 100%. Our one Ram, Nrsingadev. Alright? So this will be cleared as we go further. Don't get too caught up by this percentages. They are all God at the moment, but this is how differentiation between Vishnu and Krishna is. Is this for now? I've just given you broad-based categorization. Is this okay? Do you have any questions on this broad-based categorization I've given?
Prabhu, just a little question, as in, why is this such a popular conception then that Krishna comes from Vishnu, especially in India? Why is it so popular?
Because they have not studied Bhagavatam and the scriptures. If you study, you will not have it. There is a truth. Everything else is another answer. But because among the 10 incarnations mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna's incarnation is mentioned, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, when his incarnation is coming. Right? It's very hard with people with Hindu belief to, they've got this ingrained so heavy in it, and they've not read anything, they don't know anything, they just heard it. But at least they've got some knowledge rather than people who do not have anything, They're so a bit pious there, Okay. Anyone else? Should we move on? Okay, let's move on. Okay, all right, let's start.
Prabhu, one more thing. Above it is mentioned that focusing on the Narayan form of the Lord, like in this para.
Yes.
Narayan form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then it is mentioned Sri Krishna.
Yes.
So, isn't the Narayan form of the Lord with 4 hands?
Yes.
But Lord Sri Krishna's form is with 2 hands, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant to say, that although they may be different, you may say the different categories of it, but overall they are all God element coming from Krishna. All right, so that's what the meaning is.
So when Prabhupada is saying that focus on Narayan form, is meaning focusing on the 2-handed form. Krishna.
So yogis, these are talking about yogis. Just read the whole thing. Real yoga practice means to control the senses. After such control is established, to concentrate the mind on Narayan form of the person. Okay, this is for yoga practice, not bhakti yoga, but this is for the Patanjali yoga system discipline.
Okay, Prabhu, got it. Yeah.
It's different from the nowadays Hatha yoga system. So the Paramatma feature is called Vasudev feature or Narayan feature with 4 hands. All right. Okay, great stuff. Let's go. For those who have not yet understood this, or it's a bit concept, we will come to this again. No problem. These people have been with us for at least a couple of years, so they understand a bit more. Although in a beginner's class, but those who are new, you also come to this over a period of time. No problem at all. All good. Right. Please continue.
Yeah. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is recommended that we should meditate upon the. Yes, Prabhu?
No, continue.
Okay. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is recommended that we should meditate upon the form of the Lord. For practicing concentration of the mind, one has to sit down in a secluded place, sanctified by a sacred atmosphere, and the yogi should observe the rules and regulations of brahmacharya to live a life of strict self-restraint and celibacy. No one can practice yoga in a congested city, living a life of extravagance, including unrestricted sex indulgence and adultery of the tongue.
What is the adultery of the tongue?
Prabhu, I think adultery of the tongue, Prabhupada, meaning of like indulging in unrestricted eating whatever we want to and speaking whatever we want to.
That's right. Absolutely correct. Very good. Yes.
We we have already stated that yoga practice means controlling the senses, and the beginning of controlling the senses is to control the tongue. You cannot allow the tongue to take all kinds of forbidden food and drink and at the same time improve in the practice of yoga. It is a very regrettable fact that many stray, unauthorized so-called yogis now come to the West and exploit the leaning of the people toward yoga. Such unauthorized yogis even dare to say publicly that one can indulge in drinking and at the same time practice meditation.
Yes, that's what they say. Yeah, exactly what they say. No problem. You can do whatever you want to do. Put your leg up there, second leg up there, and that is how you can, stretch out. Very good. Go home, go to sleep. That's not the way. That's not the way. Yes. This will be beneficial for health, but nothing else. There's no real purpose of connection of yoga with the Supreme doesn't exist, doesn't happen. Because for that one requires purity. And purity comes from one's own speech and eating. That is not existing. Physical fitness will come. All right? Okay, let's go. Hmm.
5,000 years ago, in the Bhagavad Gita dialogue, Lord Krishna recommended the yoga practice to his disciple Arjuna. But Arjuna flatly expressed his inability to follow the stringent rules and regulations of yoga. One should be practical in every field of activity. One should not waste his valuable time simply in practicing some gymnastic feats in the name of yoga. Real yoga is to search out the four-handed super soul within one's heart and to see him perpetually in meditation. Such continued meditation is called Samadhi.
Okay, just 1 second. So here, now, when Krishna mentions about yoga, real yoga practice to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna tells him frankly, he said, I can't do what you're saying. It's impossible for me to do. Because I'm a warrior, I'm a king. You're asking me to do practice like this, go into the forest, get a deer skin, sit on the deer skin, and then I have to sit in a particular way, close my eyes nearly, but still open slightly. I can need to see the top of my nose, and I have to breathe in and breathe out at the same time, and then merge my inward breathing with outside breathing. And that I can maintain by samadhi over a period of time. Control my senses, not be afraid of anything, no wild animals and all that. I can't do it, you see. This was 5,000 years ago. So how can we do it here? See, Bhagavad Gita is very practical, you see. It's very practical. But unfortunately, for some reason, people had kept it under lock and key, kept away. Because probably they did not themselves understood. Those who understood didn't have the capacity to speak to the whole wide world till the time Prabhupada came in the scene. But he made his commentary as it is and made it available to the public. That's how people like me can read something and we are sharing. All of us are sharing our knowledge. You see? So this is the point where Arjuna himself said, I can't do it 500 years ago. So how can we do it right now? It's not possible. And Arjuna is a friend of Krishna. We are hardly any close, So you there, Parth? Are you okay? We'll continue.
Yes.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah, 5,000 years ago, in the Bhagavad Gita dialogue, Lord Krishna recommended the yoga practice to his disciple Arjuna. But Arjuna flatly expressed his inability to follow the stringent rules and regulations of yoga. One should be practical in every field of activity. One should not waste his valuable time simply in practicing some gymnastic feats in the name of yoga. Real yoga is to search out the four-handed super soul within one's heart and to see him perpetually in meditation. Such continued meditation is called samadhi. If, however, one wants to meditate upon something void or impersonal, it will require a very long time to achieve anything by yoga practice. We cannot concentrate our mind on something void or impersonal. Real yoga practice is to fix the mind on the person of the four-handed Narayan who dwells in everyone's heart.
Okay, just 1 second. So we have heard the word samadhi many times. Ask anybody what is samadhi. Everybody will give their own different definitions, but all hodgepodge. So here it is. When one is in perpetual meditation, okay, real meaning of samadhi, on the four-handed form of Krishna super soul, he is in samadhi. One can also be in meditation, constant continued meditation perpetually in serving Krishna. Gopis wanted to serve Krishna in two-handed form, his original form. There is samadhi too. But we have got some nostalgic thing of samadhi, meaning somebody, some sage would be sitting under in a cave or something, and breathing in, oh, and all this big hair and all that, and somebody is really samadhi comes in front of you, you will not say, we don't accept them. So don't trust your eyes to judge people. Trust your ears to judge people. What do you mean by this? See with your ears, not with your eyes. 1 minute. Sorry. Nautmadari, what is her name? Not Shaurya. Shaurya's son's name. What is her name? I forgot her name.
Rupali.
Yes, Rupali. What do you understand by this? See with your ears, not with your eyes. In spiritual thing. Judge people with the ears, not with the eyes.
No, I don't understand this line because we believe on whatever we are watching.
Yes.
And so I'm not very clear with this sentence.
That's fine. Thank you for being honest. Okay. How about you, Suchi?
Prabhuji, I think so that maybe sometimes eyes cannot tell you what is correct. Like you see somebody dressing in a Western outfit, and but when you really talk to that person and pinpoints that that particular person has really a knowledgeable, a wiser intelligence level, so then you might understand that not just by seeing that person I cannot judge, and it's a good saying now, you cannot judge the book by its cover, right? So
good, very good, very good. Mukunda, would you say anything more on this? She covered quite well. Yes.
मुझे भी उतना नहीं पता, लेकिन लोग जो बोलते हैं, मतलब अगर हमें, आपने एकदम अच्छा पॉइंट कहा है कि लोग जो बोलते हैं, तो जब सामने वाला बोलता है तो वो अपने दिल से बोल रहा है कि उसमें दिमाग लगा के बोल रहा है, चालाकी से बोल रहा है, तो हम अपने कानों से जब हम सुनते हैं तो हमें वो फिर समझ में आता है कि हमारा माइंड चलता है कि यार ये सही है क्या, ये गलत है। तो मुझे लग रहा है शायद ये हो सकता है ऐसा, बट मुझे भी ज्यादा नहीं पता मुझे।
Okay, thank you. Mayuresh, are you with us? Mayuresh, how's the connection there? I think he's not connected with the audio. Okay, I think he's struggling with the audio there. Okay. Right, anybody else? What do you think?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, that's why we say that कानून अंधा होता है.
Yes, see with the evidence, rather than a person. Yeah.
And that's why there are so many hearings. You have to come and present the case, and you have to tell it the truth, and then we can decide, not by what we can see.
Otherwise, Bollywood star will never be arrested. As it is never arrested, but he'll never be arrested at all. He's such a beautiful man. I will be arrested.
I will share, Prabhuji.
this is the actually Srila Prabhupada's quote. Actually, that stuck with my in my heart when I read this. Actually, this is one of, I don't remember what was that verse where Srila Prabhupada says that fool is not revealed until he opens his mouth.
That's right.
And if you think about it, actually so practical even in the material life. Actually somebody can come dressed very well, tie, suit and everything, but once he opens his mouth, then you will know his real value.
That's right. That's right. That's right. But we should go even one more step further. Prabhupada has given us more knowledge. One can wear nice suit boot also, nice dress, looking very handsome or beautiful. And we are judging everybody all the time. So if somebody is beautiful or somebody is rich or somebody whatever, we are saying, oh, they are, we don't see his or her faults. So that's why we close our eyes, listen to what they have to say. That's right. But you have to be careful about listening also. Actions are the most important things. Action speaks louder than even words. So yes, we don't see with our eyes, we see with our ears. That's right. But at the same time, there is a first qualification. We remove this first. Don't worry about eyes. Don't judge people with the eyes. See with the ears. What are they saying? Is it making sense or not? But then again, you have to see whether the person is making sense for what reason. He wants followers only or what? That's why he's speaking like this nicely. What is the benefit coming out of it? So actions, whether he's practicing or not, that is the most important thing. So wait before you judge. Wait before you accept somebody, and wait before you reject somebody. The whole world is making this mistake. They'll force you to move fast. Come on, take me a decision. I said, no, I can't. I want to see. So first what they look like, okay, not much. What they speak, okay, bit tick. Now let us see how they act. Otherwise, भाषण तो बहुत लोग देते हैं. And they will speak what we want to hear. And I can tell you one thing. Biggest fools I'll tell you one secret. If you have this secret, you will not be fooled in your life. The easiest way to fool somebody is how my leaders group don't say. I've hammered this point in you too many times. But the intermediate and the young devotees, beginners, how to make sure that people will like you very much. That people say that you are such a nice person. How to do it? What to say? What to do? We'll finish our discussion. We've gone a bit away from time, but we'll finish at this point, okay? This is very important thing. This thing you should take with you. Yes, Mukunda is saying something. Mukunda, boliye.
I don't get the question properly.
हमें कैसे मालूम पड़े कि if you have to judge somebody, how easy अगर आपको किसी को बेवकूफ बनाना है या करना है तो कैसे करेंगे आप? बहुत आसान तरीका है. पूरा वर्ल्ड करता है ये, और पूरा वर्ल्ड बेवकूफ ही बनता है. वो लोग खुद भी बनते हैं बेवकूफ करने वाले लोग. एक ही चीज करते हैं वो लोग.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mukunda, you can continue. Mukunda बोल रहे थे.
मीठा मीठा बोलते हैं.
ठीक है, मीठा बोलते हैं. ठीक है, that's right. That's right. Good.
बटरिंग करते हैं.
हाँ, बराबर है. वो बात भी ठीक है. Yes, Soumya.
Prabhuji, they always agree to whatever. I have to agree to whatever they are saying.
Yes. How will they impress you? That's what I'm saying. How will those people impress you? If they want,
they will just agree. They will agree to whatever I am saying.
That's right. We like to hear people agree with us. Meeta meeta bolte hain. That's right. This too. That's right. There's one more thing they do. How to hear that? That is correct. You are absolutely correct. What else? सब लोग करते हैं ये, and सब लोग बेवकूफ बनते हैं. Everybody is fooled by this. It's 100% sure shot. Yeah.
Can I answer?
Not the leaders program, please. It's only for the intermediate and the beginner. We have discussed many times with you people.
वो आपकी तारीफ करते हैं.
Yes, बोलिए.
वो आपकी तारीफ करते हैं ज़्यादा.
मीठा बोलते हैं, अग्री करते हैं, तारीफ करते हैं. That's right. One more thing. Even if you don't know them, even if he's not talking to you, but they'll do one thing which will make them your friends, or you become their friends.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Parth.
I'm just guessing. Dress nicely.
That's okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Rest से तो होता ही है, but फिर भी, that's right. Good point. Thank you. One thing they do. People are gullible by this all the time. Don't hide behind your screens now because you're not showing yourself. Suchi, बोलिए. Don't make me ask you.
Prabhuji, I think so. They'll pinpoint the emotional side of. I'm just.
That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. Thank you.
There is a message, Prabhuji, read it.
There's a message. All right, there's a message from somewhere. Thank you. Oh, this is from Priyanka. They smile. That's the one, Priyanka. You did not say anything, but you're saying things. That's right. She's 100% accurate. अगर झूठ भी बोलना हो, अगर आप हंस के बोलोगे तो 100% चले जाएगा, एक्सेप्टेंस होगा. और सीधा से ऐसा तो नहीं होगा. जरा इसको ऐसा होना है थोड़ा सा और फिर स्माइल करना है. टिंग. So nice. Very nice. Oh, 100% हम बेवकूफ लोग हैं. We all should be given medals. When a person smiles at you, that's what it is. वोट मांगने आते हैं तो स्माइल करते हैं. आपने have you ever seen a Bollywood star coming into an interview without smiling? ऐसे कोई देखा है? No, they'll smile, they'll do this, I'm very happy, and they say, I'm afraid of my wife. Well, that's right. That's right, you're afraid of your wife. Right? So, if you want to give out a good option or lie, you give it with a smile. They'll accept it. It'll be gone. But those of us who are trained, we know when the smile is a fake smile and when it is not. You can also learn it. These things, what you're learning now, is life skill. If you practice this, not cheating people by smiling, but to know and pick up, you'll not be cheated. Free of cost, no money. I'll send you invoices after some time. Yeah, it's not easy. Nothing comes free, All right? So people misunderstand even when genuinely person is smiling, So usme hame we get the skills to say is genuine or not. You understand this? You understand this?
So Prabhuji, in the discrimination between eyes, ears, and action, what's more prominent? Action, right?
Sorry, your voice is not very clear. I couldn't get, Suchi. Could you repeat again, please?
In these three sectors, eyes, ears, and action. Action would be then
right. That's
even
right.
more priority than ears also.
Right. That's why I said, before you judge somebody, don't worry about what they speak, how they look. Yes, what they speak is important, but important thing is actions. And wait for it. Patiently wait for it.
And probably, may I say something?
Yeah, please continue.
Actually, these days, everybody is provoking and inspiring people to take action and take a decision quickly. But I believe that the most essential element of patience and calculating, thinking, and then acting upon anything is missing. So patience is one element that everybody is missing these days. I believe that nobody is emphasizing on patience rather than they are emphasizing on taking action.
Absolutely correct. Not only now, every time. This patience is called virtue, good quality.
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Okay, good. Good. Now I'll give you an example about this smiling and how people can be fooled, okay? I think I gave you once before, but I don't think I'll repeat again anyways. So do you know the President of America, the US press, who was impeached because he had sex with a girl? She was fortunately not a minor girl, but very young, daughter's age. Do you know who the president was? No, you do not know. His name was Bill Clinton. His wife Hillary Clinton went for, you may not remember her as a presidential race, Right. You know what Bill Clinton did? He was having sex with his White House intern. He's supposed to be very charming, with a smile and charming and all that. That's why he won he's always like this. His reputation is like this. Everybody knows him. Everybody knew him. His shortcomings or his habits, But because charming, smile, Western world is fooled by this. The moment the leader smiles, he's such a nice person. In India, if you smile unnecessarily, they should be skeptical, Why is he kept on smiling all the time like a fool, But Western world, you keep, he's smiling, such a nice person. But still, Indians are like the same. So what happened was, when he had done extramarital sex with this woman, this girl, and she sued him. Okay, she put a case against him. Full case happened. You guys don't know. So there was a big problem for the American government there. So they made a vote, But of course, at the time the Democrats were in power, so they had more votes. So they won. But they went for a vote for president's impeachment. He was impeached. He was wanting to be impeached. I had seen it. So every person came, senator said, I vote against, I vote for. But he had his own numbers, so he was there. So what happened was, it was such a big thing in India. In Mumbai, they did a survey in Churchgate. And it came in the Times of India. And they asked all these working class women, affluent working class women, who were just going to the job or coming back from job and getting the train, said, what do you think? Did Bill Clinton do the right thing? If your husband would cheat you like this, do you think it is good or bad? No, first I said, Bill Clinton, he did this thing. This is wrong thing he did, So should Hillary Clinton forgive him or not? You know something? Majority of the Indian women who are there, affluent, so-called, who were doing the jobs and all in the train, they all said, majority, yes, he's such a nice person, such a cute person, always smiles. So Hillary should forgive him. So the first question. Majority means about 80% said this way. And then they asked a second question to the same people. So if your husband does this to you, would your answer be the same? All of them said no. But that's all right. Maybe it's not my husband, so I'm not worried. She should forgive him. That's one thing. But why? Because he's very charming. Charming meaning what? You smile and you're called charming. Try it. Even after knowing this, you can still win. You can charm the charming person also by smile. They will also be charmed. It is such a foolish thing. The whole world is fooled by this smile. What does Amitabh Bachchan said? He's right. In everything he's wrong, but he's right on this. He says that जो सच्चे होते हैं वो कभी कभी गुस्सा कर देते हैं. मैंने झूठों को अक्सर मुस्कुराते हुए देखा है. So he's right with this. I agree with him. Samjha? So learn. What did you learn today in this discussion? Super consciousness. We are studying super consciousness. How is this two connected? How is this connected? Can you see any connection in this? What is the connection? Tell me. We're talking about Paramatma and we spoke about this personal thing, not we cheated. How does these two things work? What is the connection? Not really. Right. Yes, somebody is saying something? I thought somebody was about to say something. Mukunda, what do you think? What is the connection?
मैं सोच ही रहा हूँ प्रभु जी अभी.
Prabhuji,
Yes,
may
Suchi.
I say something? But when we say that our God is Sachidanand Swarup and always in bliss, so isn't it smile is a good attribute then?
Yes, of course it is good ability. As long as you're not cheating anybody. Once you are really happy, you don't have to have a fake smiling.
Yes, as long as it's not a fake smile, smile is a good attribute. By
200%. But people are using it for fake attribute. That is a correct. There is a thing.
no, it is incorrect. But when you are warm and you're smiling, it is the kindest thing you can.
That's absolutely correct. People misuse it in Kali Yuga. So what is the connection between these two? Why did we discuss this in our discussion for super consciousness or Paramatma?
I believe when we are talking about super consciousness and we are talking about intelligence. So one thing one should take on is not to be fooled, right?
Very good. Very good. Because even in religion or bhakti yoga, there are many fools.
True.
And there are many people who fool. Why do people fool? Because there are fools around. That's why I said many fools. Religion is the easiest way to make money. Religion, you sing one sloka here, there, and suddenly you become a Guruji and people will follow you, Cheated. Please don't. This is what we say. We say, don't even trust us. Don't trust me. You read Prabhupada's books. That's why we say, you read yourself Bhagavad Gita. Why can't you read? Man, you can read newspaper, you read Facebook's whole day. You can read Bhagavad Gita, open the book and read. And see what we are speaking is what is mentioned there or not. But no, we don't want to do this. I don't know, for some reason. Even big devotees, for so many years of practice of Bhakti Yoga, they don't study. Why they don't study? Man, this person who's giving Gnan is also studying only, He's not come from Golok Vrindavan state to give Gnan. He's not Krishna. And they're reading these same books. So why don't you study? So this is the point. There's a big connection, not to be cheated. And I can tell you, you will be cheated. So protect yourself. You have a right to protect yourself. Before we go to the lofty information about super soul and all those things, we should use our intelligence correctly. So first thing is, don't judge people by seeing. So first remove this. Second thing, hear what they have to say. Right? But more important thing is, okay, keep this in mind what has been spoken. A person can be a pauper, but speaking the right thing, A person can be a very big man speaking the right thing too. So no problem. But speaking is one thing, and then you see whether actions are happening as per what has been spoken or not. If it is done, then judge. So wait before you judge. Don't be in a haste to either judge or reject somebody. All right. Of course, somebody speaks nonsense, you will know straight away if you've got knowledge. So if you want to save time of Bhagavad Gita, if you want to save time in your quest of Bhakti Yoga, then you study the books, and you yourself will know the person is speaking truth or not. Then the same people I have actually seen videos of this big man. He has millions of followers, and he says, when people ask me, Guruji, what is it like, what is experiencing God, having spiritual bliss. He says, how can I explain spiritual bliss? How can I explain when I'm walking on the mountain, when the sea is down, I'm enjoying the breeze, what spiritual bliss I'm experiencing? Right. And yet thousands of people saying, Guruji is absolutely correct. No, you tell me, what is walking on the mountain with breeze coming has got to do anything with Golok Vrindavan? Anything. You tell me. That means he doesn't know anything about Golok Vrindavan or Vaikuntha. Nothing he knows. Just making fools of people, and people are being fooled. And this is existing in Christianity, even worse. Hinduism is one thing, Christianism is worse. They make you go, the people are, sin is going, so they do all those things and fall down and crying and all nonsense is going on. And miracles happening. They are paid money, people, foolish rascal. If miracles are happening, why are these people dying then? Call God to solve my heart attack. And that man is died of heart attack. The person who is solving. Same thing with Islam, man. Everyone bogus. But the truth is given. Prophet Muhammad has given the right truth. So did Lord Jesus Christ given the right truth. So is Krishna has given the right way as God. So it's our prime duty that we want all of you to be intelligent. Before I go, this last point. Make sure that you are not a sheep. Make sure you are lion or lionesses. What is the difference? Sheep go in herds. Wherever the herd go, they go. A lion or tiger walks alone. You decide and choose to go with the crowd or on your own. Remember this. And second, when other people, especially Western people, white-bodied people, when they become Krishna conscious, they are coming what you have got in Dharohar, your treasure. Don't be enamored. Be proud, transcendently proud about what you have got, Bhagavad Gita. And if you're not, then be sorrowful. Study it nicely. Because it's our right, birthright to do it first. I'm telling you with a lot of experience in preaching. All right? Jai. Now, any questions anyone has got? If what we discussed so far, we come to the class today now. Thank you. Or anything has to, anyone wants to say anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for your nice class and very good points. I was just meditating on that point, and I was listening to Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada also explained about Shabda Parman and Pratyaksh Parman. That Shabda Parman is superior, and that's how we have to go with that and see everything in the light of Shastras. That's what I was thinking.
Yes, I would be absolutely correct. And that is what I quoted. What I said was by Prabhupada only. And actually it was spoken by Srila Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj. Also, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada said, don't judge a person by what you see, but what you hear. Not this. It is not easy. It's very difficult. And I've added more to let the time go, and action speaks louder than words. And how we are fooled by a smile. Smile can win everything.
Yes.
It's like a charm, it's like magic, going to you. Somebody smiles and speaks to you, and you, wow, such a nice person. Oh my God, and done, finished. I used to do it all the time in sales. So that's not I was very charming. I was letting you know, it was easy, done, no problem, 100% it will work. But I'm proponent to now tell everybody free of cost, because that's my duty now. So it's just old jungle trick which is there in the book. Nothing works, this will work always.
Yes, sir.
And don't be
That's why.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
No, please continue.
Yeah, that's why we like in the association, and then you put things in so practical way that Prabhupada said that right, but to understand it further, as you give the example of smile and how everything fooling people, everybody. So this is how we should understand, means to make it more relevant for today's world. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anyone wants to say anything before we finish today? Avinash,
Yes.
want to say something?
Yes, Prabhu. I want to talk to, just quickly talk to these young people from India. very relevant to what you have been explaining. My experience when I started with you back in 2007-8, I was very enthusiastic, like as they are. And I went to India and I attended some shraddh and function of all those people. And when they found out that I am from Hare Krishna, and I recited 1 or 2 verses just like that, and they never talked to me. I said, no, you are more knowledgeable. You tell us what to do. And that's how people actually cheat us in India. So if you go and tell someone in any puja that you follow this is the verse I know, they will respect you a lot. This I've experienced myself. This is very powerful, what we know. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Absolutely correct. Absolutely right. Because they can be very good with people who do not read, you know. Yes, Sushi, tell me. Tell us.
Actually, with reference to what Vinay Krishna Prabhuji told us, actually we, in name of westernization and whatever modernization, we don't really respect what we have got actually so far. And the cultural richness that we have as Sanatan Dharma got, I really bow down to that. And everything is given to us. Like all scientists say that this invention and this particular theory is being put forth, this experiment has been put forth, so on. But when we read our spiritual scriptures, my father used to say, everything is being done by our saints and the people who were wise enough. So everything has been given to us as in our scripture. So this is very powerful point that I have again relearned today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Very nice. Very nice. And we should always remember, if any person who is from a Western world, he becomes a devotee, he's not that important. You are more important. It's your religion. It's your dharma first. Therefore.
But Prabhuji, one thing I really admire, that not being connected too much with our culture, they are surrendering with most devotion and emotion and everything, and learning our scriptures with full devotion. So
Yes.
that thing is particularly very learning experience for me as a person. That even though they are not so much connected, they are connecting to a great extent, and that is like a very admirable thing for me.
100%. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no? Bharat bhumi te manusya janma hoila yar. Janma sarthak kari karo paropakar. He said about people born in Indian religion, in India. He said, Bharat bhumi te manusya janma hoila yar. He said, now you go and spread this Krishna consciousness around the world. You see? So that is a point to be understood.
Yes.
Yes. And we should be living examples of it, you know. Instead of being enamored by them, which is good, we should be feeling proud about our heritage, and we should become even more serious about our own bhakti yoga process.
Yeah, sure.
Very nice. Hare Krishna. Anyone else want to say anything before we finish today? Okay. All right. So hopefully we picked up what I wanted to communicate today, for our own benefit, for my personal benefit as well. So Mukunda wants to say something. Mukunda?
मुझे I want to ask कि आपने कहा वो योगी जो है जो पहाड़ी पे चढ़ रहे थे, तो उनका स्पिरिचुअल ब्लिस से कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है, ऐसा आपने कहा.
ये आंसर ही नहीं है कुछ.
हाँ, करेक्ट प्रभु जी. कि उनसे पूछा गया कि what आपने स्पिरिचुअल ब्लिस एक्सपीरियंस किया कि नहीं किया, तो फिर प्रभु जी मैंने ऐसा देखा है कि मतलब if we are coming from Golok and people have natural attraction towards nature, and people are going to all the trekkings and going to like I have natural attraction for the forest and all such places. And मैंने देखा कि जितने लोग बहुत सारा, जैसे मेरे साथ में भी जो मेरे कलीग्स है जो है वो पैसा कमाते हैं, तो वो हमेशा ऐसी जगहों पे ही जाना पसंद करते हैं. They want to go to Kashmir, Himachal and all that places. तो फिर from where this all things are coming from? Then this is like so.
Sorry, where
In
is
nat-
मतलब
मतलब फिर ये नेचुरल अट्रैक्शन तो हमें जैसे वहीं से आ रहा होगा ना, फिर तो भगवान के पास ही तो
बिल्कुल, absolutely right. Srila Prabhupada says this point that the thing that we want to create gardens, and we want to create this beautiful atmosphere around us is our tendency to be in Golok Vrindavan. This is correct. But to say this is the spiritual thing.
अच्छा
Bhagavad Gita, if you accept Bhagavad Gita as a primary book, does it Krishna says to experience me, you go to the forest, to the temple, to the mountain and walk, enjoy the sea breeze, and you'll experience me. I'll reveal to you. Krishna बताया. He says, "Ye athamam prapadyante tam satyava bhajamyaham." He says, as you surrender unto me, I reveal you accordingly. And he says, Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kaleva. The end of my life, if your life you remember me, you'll come to me. And there is no birth, death, old age, disease. Susukham avyayam. This is chapter 9. It says that this particular process of bhakti yoga is performed very blissfully. So he talking about bhakti yoga. He doesn't talk about you must go to the mountain and enjoy the sea breeze. And you'll be surprised if I take his name. You can't believe me. He said, आप गलत बोलते हो, वही बराबर है. I was laughing. But ठीक है, आप जो करना है करो. He did not give an answer, and people are fooled. Gurudev,
Yes, Guruji, actually. I also heard a lot of actually, the lectures. I wanted to understand, what he has to say. This big gurus, and I astonished when he actually in one of the his program, I think one of the YouTube clip, he said, I think somebody asked him question about the Bhagavad Gita verses, and he said, I cannot answer this because I myself never read Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, this is you talking about this foolish what is his name?
Sadhguru.
Yeah, that's what. paid videos. The paid promotion videos. He has not read Bhagavad Gita, but it's talking spiritual thing. Now you tell me, will you listen to him?
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Sadhguru.
Many of them, not only you, there are many who came to me. Just right. I told them that ऐसा है कि if you eat mamra, mamra.
Yeah, mamra. Yes, bro.
Vishnu Goswami Maharaj says mamra ऐसी चीज है. You keep eating mamra, तो आप खाते रहोगे, आपका दांत जो मुंह है दुख जाएगा, पेट नहीं भरेगा. वैसे इन लोग के साथ you talk to them and listen, they will speak so this and that and wow, so nice. You come out of it, what did you learn? Nothing really. It was good. That's it. It was all right. It was good.
एक बार उनसे किसी ने पूछा था कि he said that कि in one of his video everyone can become Shiva. and एक और मैंने उनसे एक देखा था कि somebody asked him a question about कि मतलब एक बहुत अच्छा उनसे क्वेश्चन पूछा था about Krishna and something else, and he said that I'm not remembering that.
Don't worry. Our focus is not him. I just wanted to keep this as an example, but not him. But it happens in Christianity also, Islam also, everything. So we should be very clever about things. Who is speaking, what is speaking, and we should be very, very particular. That is our point. I'm not interested in bashing anybody. Let them do whatever they want to do. All good. But those of us who are coming to Prabhupada has taught us to study and see where with the Shastra Chakshu we must see it. Our eyes are based upon scriptures. That's it. It's called Shastra Chakshu. And all we are doing is making people read Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhāgavatam, and you'll get the eyes. Simple. No problem. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, in Bhagavad Gita, we also have Krishna saying that I am the taste of water.
I was not referring to this guy. I was referring to some other guru. Yes, please. Krishna is saying?
Yes, Prabhu. Krishna is saying that I am the taste in water, and even his opulence he is describing. So, Prabhu, like when you so if somebody is let's say the same, if we take this experience of going on a hill and feeling the breeze, and if somebody is let's say feeling this breeze, it's feeling good because it has a spark of Krishna in it. Or if that thing is helping one remember Krishna, then is that bona fide?
No, nothing wrong. Everything is if whatever makes you remember Krishna, that is best. What is wrong with it? If you say that when the creation took place, if you remember this way, when creation took place, that first before the form came the wind. If you know this, how do you understand this? Form has come from wind. Do you understand this? No. I can tell you, this guy also may not understand this. Bhagavatam talks about this. Then it is correct. Absolutely right. This is experiencing Krishna. I remember many moons ago when I was in Rajkot with Maharaj, and Maharaj was sitting quietly chanting. It was after the morning program was over. It was about 11 o'clock or something. It was a cold day. The sun was there, and Maharaj put his back on the sun, quietly, and enjoying and chanting the rounds. And I wanted not to disturb Maharaj. So I came on the side, and I sat beside Gurudev, quietly behind. Maharaj noticed me. I wanted to make sure Maharaj doesn't stop chanting, because he would not get chance. So I was sitting and Maharaj continued the chanting, and I was chanting, sit quietly beside. It was very blissful, very beautiful chanting. And Maharaj said, after that Ambarish, if anybody whom you preach to, whom you meet, if they have got any blood pressure problem, you tell them in New Zealand or wherever they are, India, New Zealand, there is nice parks, But this breeze, when you get this breeze, Maharaj first point said, see this breeze that we are getting, if anybody has got blood pressure problem, before taking the nasty medications, you just sit and enjoy the breeze there, Your mind itself will be cooling down, and your blood pressure will come down. I said, yes, Gurudev. Maharaj chanting. And I said, then, you should do one thing. Every year, every 2 years, you must invest money to come to India to enjoy this breeze. And we in India say, it's so bad, pollution, this and that. I can tell you one thing. New Zealand has got the best air, right? They say, correct? Right. I can tell you the difference in the air in New Zealand and in India. Right? And the air in India certainly is polluted, but there is some amount of softness in the air, which I find here air is a bit heavy. And many, many people whom I have spoken to, devotees, they have said, you are absolutely correct, Prabhu. This is absolutely right. You will not experience it now, but you'll experience it later on. We will see this.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
actually, I have also experienced that in Nagpur, I experienced this breeze and air. But whenever we go to a certain pilgrimage spot or a devotional spot, there the air is little softer, as you said, little lighter, and you feel lightness in your system.
Yes.
I've experienced it.
Yes. Overall in India also it is light, and especially the Tirtha Dhams, especially Krishna's, you will see their experience. So we do not, because of us, I don't know for what reason, maybe because we have been enamored because of the Western influence or something. We think everything West is right. True, maybe right. Not everything is not right. How come they are following us then becoming simple? Why? So we have it. Make the most of it. Please.
I was thinking that this particular thing is because there is a psychological influence that I am in a field itself, so or everything would be blissful. But I have experienced it many times by myself, but I have preserved it inside me. Okay, not to say anything, because then that would be that would be a psychological influence. That is, and this thing also comes with the food we eat in a daily life and the prasadam that we eat.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. These are all very, very pure, Very
Yeah.
pure. In the US, even the milk has got animal bones in it. Tell me. Beat it. Can you beat this? Ask. Your sister is in US, huh? Divyanshi? Ask her. They say the milk has got bones in it, crushed for calcium. Now tell me what to do with it. I checked in New Zealand. Is this the case? They said, no. Here it's okay. Now where I get my... At least you don't have crushed bones in your milk, man. For goodness sake. How demoniac is this? How demonic is this? Anyway. So, yeah. We have to be very careful what we've got. Preserve what we have, Okay. All right. Good. We had a long discussion. But this is an important point. Anyone wants to say something? Please feel free. Before we finish.
Prabhuji, I had just one question on behalf of the general people that I meet. Earlier when I was not in Krishna consciousness, one of the very common arguments that people have, like how Sanjeev Prabhu also mentioned, that seeing through things through the scriptures and having that faith in the scriptures. A lot of people have this thing that they say that who has seen who's written these scriptures, Like there are so many detailed fiction stories and novellas and everything like that. How do you know that this is not fiction? And how do you have that faith? So it's very it's a very tricky situation for them to kind of have that implicit faith in the scriptures.
Yes.
So what advice or what argument do we present to people like that?
Don't argue. See, choose your battles, Don't fight with everyone. Choose your battles wisely. Second thing is this is a science of self-realization. So it's just like if you're eating nice food and when your stomach is full, you tell, I'm very satisfied, I can't eat any more. But somebody else will say, no, still eat, no? In India, we've got this habit, No, a little bit more. No, I'm very satisfied. No, just a little. I'm very satisfied. So, yes, we are doing it out of love and all. That's okay. But I'm just letting you know. But the person who's feeling full, can he quantify how full he is? He's saying, I'm very full. I'm okay. I'm very satisfied. Right? But we still say, have one more puri, just one for my sake and for uncle's sake and auntie's sake and for dog's sake, all this coming, like this. So this is the point. What you are experiencing, self-realization, that others may not experience. Even while eating, what you experience. So this is how we can explain this. If you study and if you implement in your life, what you will experience and you will know. Because I'm experiencing, I'm letting you know as my friend, or I'm letting you know as my enemy also. It's up to you. No problem. Don't take it. Whatsoever. There's no harm. That's okay. But my very good friend, he's a Christian preacher. He used to be. He told me this, that, we teach Bible. We don't now tell Bible. We say now act gospel. Your actions should be based like gospel. So the actions will be based upon like Bhagavad Gita, and then people will see. Because when they see you smooth, they see you happy, peaceful, they say, what is this, man? I want to be peaceful too, And people see it. I'm telling you. They're experiencing it. They may tell you something, but in the heart of the heart, they say, man, this God has got something which I don't have, That's why. And that's what the world is hankering for. And that is in the Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita was spoken in India, not America, not New Zealand, not Australia, not Timbuktu. It was spoken in Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is in India. Kurukshetra existed not just 5,000 years ago, it existed for many millennia. The mention of Kurukshetra in so many other past millennia also, where even living beings from other planets were found there, roaming in Kurukshetra. Higher planetary systems. How do you know? Do you think if somebody is very great person is going to come and say, hey, I'm great, you come and follow me? Nobody will say that. A person who has achieved it will not say, I showed you, If you have a treasure, You want to give to everybody, but you will not say, I've got the treasure, worship me. Then you will not understand anything. Yeah? So please, this is how it is. Don't argue with them. Tell them, matter of fact, and forget about it. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. As I finished one of my jobs and I moved to the next, I started my own business. So I told my boss, just when we would speak, would talk to each other, I would tell him that, okay, well, convey my regards and love to those who remember me. He said, sure, I will do. And I said, and to those who don't remember me also. And we meant it. And I'm not somebody great. I just read Bhagavad Gita, so that's it. And they were astonished to hear this. So you can change. And after COVID, people want this. So be the change. Before becoming preachers, be a preacher with your actions, not with your words. Yes.
Yes, that's perfect. Hare Krishna.
Sorry. Okay. Anyone wants to say anything else? Because we are churning nectar, A lot of you guys, for some reason, it comes out at the end, which is great, which is wonderful. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. We complete our discussion today. And I think next week we'll have a guest. Yes, Suchi, tell me.
Prabhuji, but then few people are there who are like your friend is following Christianity or maybe some other religion. So should we go and tell them to read whatever we are reading or preferring whatever? Like they are happy.
See, it is like this. If you are if you study, people know what you are doing, then they are inclined, they'll come to you, Yeah. And we are not in the business. Prabhupada has never taught us to become superior or demean anybody other religion. We don't do it, In fact, so many people became devotees just because of this point, that we respect Lord Jesus Christ, We respect Prophet Muhammad, may be peace be upon him. So they asked, how can you do this? And I said, yeah. I told him, same Christian fellow, that I can stand on the tree and say, Lord Jesus Christ saved me. Can you say this, saying Krishna's teachings have saved me? He said, no, I can't do this. And he's older to me. I see, there is a difference between you and me in our understanding. And he admitted that.
Yes, yes.
You see? I said, I may not know whole of Jesus Christ, but I know the core teachings. And yes, he saved, he died because of me. Yes, he died because of me. And Prabhupada cried, saying Jesus Christ is photographed like this. So why are they holding him still this way? But never allow them to unnecessarily dominate you. That is wrong. Yeah, that is wrong. That's why I'm saying we have our treasure is immeasurable. Do not be lured by white-bodied people to say, oh, they're superior. They're not. We all are equal. Anyone can become devotees. And us, it has been given to us by our grandfathers. So we don't discriminate. I'm just giving you strength. That's it, nothing else. We're not discriminating. We got very close, very sincere devotees who are much advanced than me, who are Muslim by birth, Christians by birth, doesn't matter. Jews by birth, no problem. All I'm saying is, don't look upon them as somebody higher. Or inferior complex should be not there. Especially youngsters, Otherwise you can't preach. Prabhupada was told when he went to the West, somebody told him, Swamiji, you're going to the West, you must wear suit and preach there. Prabhupada said, no, I'm not going there to learn from them, I'm teaching them. So he went in his dress. And nowadays I see on the Indian television when they are preaching against the Christian missionaries, So these guys with sannyasis they're also running like Western people. I've seen that, on the stage and making big bouquets and all those things, changing the way they're preaching. That's up to them, no problem. But we made them Vaishnavas by giving knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Stick to it. It's our dharohar. All right? Shastra Chakshu. Remember this point. Right? Okay? Okay, I'll wait for 10 more seconds. If anyone wants to say anything, please feel free. You know, I always give time. If you want to say something, please feel free. 10 more seconds.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I just wanted to share a quick realization. Like whenever, like this question that Divyanshi Mataji asked about, who's written the scriptures, I used to get that question a lot before. And my faith used to be, because still now I'm a neophyte, but very neophyte. So faith was very soft, and very weak. So what I used to tell myself, because there was, so what I used to tell myself to keep me motivated was that if these things, I used to basically look at Srila Prabhupada's character, and I said, if all of the qualities in Srila Prabhupada, everything, it's so perfect, it's so sublime, it's so divine. If he says that he has become like this by doing all of this, that thing must have potential. And then when I came in association with you guys, you people, then I saw these changes, and with all these devotees of my age and seeing the changes in them, that it really inspires and that really motivates. So that is what kept me going, bro.
Yes, for you it is Avinash Krishna Prabhu's full credit. You know? He brought you to Prabhupada. Very nice. Best. I got it all the time from my family members. No, show me the original where it is written, then I'll believe. I said, why should we? I don't want to be.
Prabhu, just quickly, I know you're in rush now. You're already 9 o'clock here. No, all the training what I have got here, it all comes from this group, okay? No credit to me. Even if I forget to say like this. This is a fact.
We know. If you had not gone there, this would not have happened. So that's what you say, whatever you want to say. We see with actions. What do we say? What do we teach today? Action speaks louder than words, right? Right? That's it. So that's it. I never went there. So you went there. So that's great. Wonderful. Okay. All right. So we stop today now. I can wait for 10 more seconds. If somebody wants to say something, please feel free. All right. Hopefully next week we may have a discussion on the guest speaker. I've asked him to speak on him finding strength on the basis of Bhagavad Gita. So this should give you strength, all of us who are from that birth in that country, in India, where Bhagavad Gita is spoken, to have that, look for Bhagavad Gita for strength. Right? Jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai. Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Okay, Subhadrastan. She's all ready.
Yes, sir. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Subhadra, कैसे हैं आप, ठीक है? Very nice. Hare Krishna Madhav. कैसे हैं आप, ठीक
Madam? Say Hare Krishna.
He's smiling. So you, how was your Rotorua trip? Did you enjoy Rotorua, Subhadra? Did you like it? Very nice. Next time we all will go there in the winter season.
Yes, it was a bit hot.
Krishna willing. When we go to India, we all will go to India also. All of us together. We go to Vrindavan. Krishna willing. Okay. See the difference. In India, you go to Vrindavan. In New Zealand, you go to Rotorua. Sense get difficult. Which is better? Tell me. Hare Krishna. All right. 1, 2, 3, start.
Maharaj, please hear us. Maharaj, please hear us. We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is clean,
then we can do anything.
we can do anything. If our room is dirty, no, if our room is dirty, then so are we.
Hence, again, if your room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
But if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time is the greatest crime. Because wasted time means a wasted mind.
It's a wasted mind.
So best is your time.
So best is your time
When you're in your prime.
when you are in your prime.
When your whole life.
And your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is
If your wealth is gone,
then there's nothing wrong.
then there's nothing wrong.
If your health is gone,
If your health is gone,
that's a different song.
that's a different song.
But if your characters die,
If your characters die,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry. Only saintly behavior, less humanity thrive. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We must always remember Krishna and never forget him too. But how are we to practice this with so many things to do? That is the greatest question. And here is the greatest clue. You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you. So listen very closely and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something due tomorrow,
If something's due tomorrow,
finish it today.
finish it today.
Whatever's due today,
And whatever's due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy,
Your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things,
or doing bad things,
but you think again. Don't follow them.
Don't follow them,
And you will win the end.
and you will win in the end.
Whatever work we're given,
Whatever work we're given,
we do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. If you learn this well, to Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
When our time is up, he'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
And when our time is up, he'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
To chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. He's the only in this world who can never be consumed.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. It is the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question.
Now please ask this greatest question
Find this greatest clue.
and find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna.
You can only remember Krishna
If Krishna remembers you.
if Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah.
Jai. His Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Vastava Bhutala Shrimati Swamiti Namine. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Vastava Bhutala Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Kuchayane. Nirvishesh Shunyavari Prasadi Sarine. Okay, Hare Krishna. So Krishna willing, we will all meet next week, same place, same time. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.